Hello everyone, welcome back to the Age of Empires 4 commentary. I am Beyond, and thank you so much for all the support on the past couple videos and the channel as a whole. I truly appreciate it, and if you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video after you've watched it, please do drop a like. It helps me a ton, and I really appreciate it. As that being said, let's get right into the video. We have the French as the top end side, as the blue, as Liquid Demo, aka Legend of a Sick Boy. He's now going from to Muslim. I think he's now switched it to officially to Demu on all of his socials and on his channel. So that's what we're going to call him in this video. And in the bottom side of the map, as the red player, as the red Ottomans, is Recon. So both pro players, both incredibly talented players that I think finished pretty high up in the Golden League, which means we are in for a treat. Now, we did have the French in the 2 videos ago, so we've already seen the quote-unquote new French, aka they got a little bit of their econ back, which is nice. But just in case you didn't watch that video, if you didn't, first of all, quickly go watch it before this. It was an absolute banger of a game. Second of all, I can quickly go over what happened to the French on this patch. The town center production rate bonus increased from 10, 10, 15, and 20 to 10, 15, 20, 25. As we mentioned and talked about in the last video, that's really just going to help out the overall economic boom and economic prowess of the French, something they really lacked in the past couple of months, which made them a D to F tier civ. They were very predictable, aka knights, so you countered them with spearmen, and they also had a bad economy on the back end. So it wasn't a win-win really much for the French players at all. And thank you to 8Sam920, we're just going to call them Sam, for letting me know that this next change, the Royal Knights now correctly deal damage on their next attack after charging. Apparently the bug was they would essentially they would charge, and then they would do the same amount of charge damage on the next attack, which would allow them to two-shot a villager. So again, thank you so much for the comment and the kind words. And that is the bug they fixed, which sounds pretty annoying, so I'm pretty glad they fixed it. And in the bottom side, we have the Ottomans, which did face a few nerfs, mainly because of how good they were doing. We also have an early military building, so we might see a little bit of early spearman pressure from Recon. But besides that, the civilization bonus, so the big change was that the blacksmiths and university production influence bonus reduced from 25, 33, and 40 to 20, 30, 40. 1, it makes it linear, which is incredible, and then 2, for all the OCD people out there, and then 2, it obviously impacts. They thought that the developers thought that the impact was too good early game, which is why you see that tweak, but they determined it was pretty okay late game, so not dealing with it once you get to H4. Also, another thing that was kind of impacted was the Seagate Castle landmark, which I don't think I really saw too much out of the Ottomans. But the trader move speed was reduced from 40 to 30%, or actually maybe I saw it a lot. I'm not really sure. I don't cast as many Ottoman games as I should, which is why I'm excited to see this one. And then trader armor was reduced from 10 to 8. And I think the most important change that we can all agree upon, the name of the Ottoman Knight has been changed to the Lancer to make it more succinct with the rest of the game and historically accurate. So a very important change, and honestly, this is one of the things I love about Age of Empires and the development team. They're always just getting these little things, either not only just correct, but they care about them too, which is pretty awesome to see. You love to see developers that really care about the game they do. Another one that I can think of that off the top of my head is Riot Mort for TFT. Generally, just people that just love their games, and it's really fun. And it's really fun to be a part of the community that people, when the developers take their game really seriously. We have for Liquid Demo over here, we have the Chamber of Commerce. So we're going to see the economic trade, maybe some trade going on, even though trade was definitely impacted a little bit. This is a good map to do it on. All of this nonsense in the middle provides it so that you can't just instantly sweep along. Easy enough to wall off back here, which we can already see Demu doing on the backhand side. And then a clear path to this market right over here, which is it doesn't extend all the way over here, so you won't be getting as much on return every time they go back. But at the same time, you will be able to protect it a little bit easier, which is always nice. Let's see what we got over here. The Twin Marionette is an absolute classic. You put 4 civilians on the berry bush, and they just roll around over and over again. Essentially unlimited food at this point, which is always really nice. We have this early military school still producing spears, with the assumption that the French is going to hit them with the knights. But no cavalry, No stable coming out either, and we have archery range, I'm assuming to help deal with this early spearman pressure, which will be completely thwarted by just one archer, which is always kind of fun to see. And we have a scout going into the wood line, trying to get behind this wall over here to see if they're going to start to trading, which you'll see they will. So we're going to have to see what Recon does in response to this. I know that people think that the trading nerf was not enough, so we'll see if, which honestly, and with the newly buffed to the French, this might be a good case study to see if how strong trade really is. But also we're also well aware that it also makes it into a linear playstyle, which means that Recon has to respond pretty quickly or it's going to get out of hand. There's the stables coming down. Sipahi will be rolling out, which is a very good response. Curl them around this side and attack the traders in the back end. And the French player's going to have to respond with something because there's 3 Sipahi coming out. 1 coming out of here, or 2 coming in here, and then 1 coming out of the military school, which I'm assuming we're going to start to see a lot more. There's a blacksmith to provide that aura. A little bit of gold coming out. We have some stone, so maybe we're going to see, oh, it's going to be another military school, or is it going to be a town center? I'm not sure. I know they need stone to do the military school. There's the meter, which might also get impacted in the larger buffs / nerfs. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets a little bit, because this attack speed thing is going bananas. We have the Sipahi over here. Still has not touched the traders at all. There's the bear. We have barracks coming down. And there's the traders. They're just gonna come in. They have a little bit of a bodyguard going on. Sometimes it's incredibly hard to say words, and I very much apologize for it. I really have a beautiful thought in my head, and the only thing that comes out of the front of my face is just absolute gibberish. So if I ever mumble stuff like that, I am working on it for sure. I say a whole lot less. If you watch my first couple videos, wow. I'm glad you guys have stuck with me through this whole time. It's getting easier and easier, but yes, I will work on the mumbling as well. We have a little bit of a bodyguard going on, a little bit just making sure you get to the safety over here of the trade post. Well, we have 5 archers and 2 spearmen, which will not be able to do anything at the Sipahi, and these traders might look to kind of get thwarted by that way. We have the Sipahi grouping up in the middle of the map. Interesting to see that they haven't gone for it yet. They're going back. So maybe Recon's just going, you know what? I don't need to worry about this too much. Maybe Recon's going to wait for a serious massive Sipahi before they roll out, which is always possible. We have 2 military schools out now. We have 1 that's producing a spearman. I believe that's the kind of... I'm assuming to try to block the inevitable knights, which are not coming down. Demu going for this more archers and traditional spear style that you would see against the French usually. And we have it wrapping around this backhand side. Demu not getting the wall off just in time. And these civilians are in a rough spot though. Yeah, they're going to go down. Or at least get... Oh wow, not as much damage as I thought would be done by the Sipahi, honestly. Kind of look like they just got poked with toothpicks. Is that just me? Does that scream toothpicks to anyone else? No? Okay. Well, whatever you want to call that, it wasn't good. Sipahi didn't even get 1 kill. They flicked the villagers at that point from the damage they did. We have another wall going down here, and if we get one down here, it could be a long day for Recon. But we'll see what Liquid Demu decides to end up doing. We have the +1 archer coming out as well. So interesting, just playing French with absolutely no knight. That might be an option these days with the new... with the availability of how quickly this town center produces civilians. It could just be one of those things where French might have the ability now to just not be pigeonholed into just doing knights, which I think would be really awesome for a lot of French players, because it's really fun to play with the knights, but it's really hard when that's the only viable option and people just mass spears against you and crossbowmen and you really can't do much. Also, the French have a lovely, really good crossbowman unit in Castle Age. So if they get to that point, it also might be in favor of them too. But there's no armor coming out from Recon at this point. And when I mean armor, I mean like no armored units. So they wouldn't get as much bonus damage. They do get bonus damage to range, which I was told by my friend. as my last videos I wasn't mentioning it, but I don't think they would get too much bonus damage to any of these Sipahi or these spearmen. We have a very large ball of archers coming out for Liquid Demu over here. Demu going, you know what? I'm just gonna protect this trade line at all costs. And if you can't get through, I'm gonna win. I think that's the current game plan, and it seems to be working. We have a lot of technology, which means a lot of free traders for the French, which is what that bonus ability does. For each economic technology research, you get a free trader. Whew, that was a tough one. Again, New Year's resolution. I know we're not even close to New Year's, but get better at speaking, which I can definitely work on for sure. We have, what do we got over here? We got 2 barracks. Yes. No, archery range, 3 archery ranges, a barracks, another barracks. So just we're gonna go with the essentially one of each kind of army. So we got a little bit of horsemen, a little bit of archers, a little bit of spearmen, and we do have the second town center. So I did mention that they were collecting a little bit more than usual for stone. Ottomans will collect stone for their other military academy or military schools, but they were collecting a lot more than I would have thought. So recon utilizing and going right for it. We have the Imperial Armory as well going down in the backhand side. Produces siege engines for free with longer train time, so it's essentially like a juiced military school. Excuse me, sorry about that. We have the Sipahi trying to get in. There's the first couple of knights now into the map. Now we're starting to see 3 being in production. So Demu saying, okay, now I have exactly the composition I want. Now I'm going to start to go counter raid you. Recon, knowing that was going to be coming up though, setting up these walls, which is going to make the knight harassment go down significantly. We have this outpost over here as well to prevent any run-bys. And honestly, they could go all the way around here, but they would also run into a town center back here so that Recon could just store these villagers over here and call it a day. We have these deer being collected in the middle of the map. We have Demu going for a very forward army placement. That is definitely something that I've been learning from watching these pro games. Make sure you keep your map control. As you can see, both players really fighting to get the entire middle of the map, because if you just stay in your base back here and you don't see what's going on over here, the amount of times in platinum and below they just drop like a keep mid-map, they drop other towers mid-map, you have no control, and even if you might be in the lead economically and you might have done a few good harassments in the back end, it's never going to work out. So do what they do, push out to the middle of the map if you feel like you have the stronger military, and just see if you can get a little bit of map control going, which is super, super important. What is this over here? Oh, just a random outpost so they can see the knights coming in. They saw them coming in. The Sipahi are here to body block. And now we also have I thought we were going to see a Lancer, but unfortunately we do not. Nope, which is just a scout. I was getting excited to see the brand new naming convention, but it's not to be, guys. It's not to be today. We have 2 more military schools back here, so we have, I think, all 4 on the map, which is always very, very nice. The 2 town centers. Recon just cruising right now. Demu is only on 1 town center, I believe. I think it's gonna be 2 town centers versus trade. We'll see what's the most impactful. Trade was reduced by 10% overall. We mentioned that on the other one, so I can actually show that as well. The developer said that they're not done yet. So we'll see what they decide to do with it post that. But trade was reduced a little bit, so we'll see if that plays a role in this game at all. Because I think pre-patch, if this was how the setup was, I think it would be Demu's game to lose by just this unconditional trading. But I mean, it's always a possibility. We never know. We never know exactly what's going to happen. So from there, we just have the deers over here. I don't know why I'm taking a look at over here. We have a nice wall coming down. Stone walls coming down. So really wanted to feel safe over here. And Demu's going to see this. Is he going to be able to sneak in through here? No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No, yes, no, yes. Yes was the final answer. We have a good army composition, though, on the backhand side. We have 8 crossbowmen. We have a lot of spears. Unfortunately, the spear's not able to get forward in time. This town center, in hopes that it starts to shoot these archers, which would be way better than shooting these knights, because these knights can absorb a lot. There is the mangonel, which is going to be really, really good into this army. The knights are streaming forward, but getting a good pot shot onto these archers. Don't lose the mangonel. Oh no! Lose the mangonel, not before one more shot. Nice micro there by Demu, though. Able to sidestep away from that. All the knights do go down besides one, which once that happens, there's no armor to really help prevent this. The other knights are streaming in the backside. They're back here. But this dive is going to be incredibly hard to pull off. And they run into a ball of archers, which should be all she wrote. Because in between here, these archers cannot withstand the peppering ability of these town centers. But they are trading out, which is nice, these civilians and villagers. So Demu able to pick up 14. And we're going to have continuous attacks on these villagers over here. Oh! That was brutal. Like a linebacker from the NFL, just getting absolutely cooked. But all the archers are going to be cleaned up, which is always good for the Ottomans. If you can clean up an army, a lot of yours was free. So if you can clean up an entire army, it will be in your benefit. So that's kind of one of the ways, which is why the Ottomans were so strong at the recently, and which is why they felt the need to nerf them a little bit, was the Ottomans were getting early production buildings, so they were just getting a massive army, half of it being free. So they would trade into it, but after that, it would still be beneficial for them because half of their army wasn't paid for. So I'm glad to see that there was a little bit of a nerf going on, but this blacksmith is in the perfect little spot, and you have an influence, so increased production rate. So it's pretty. It goes honestly, it's pretty nice. This is a nice setup by Recon over here, and I'm glad they were able to adjust it a little bit because I think it was a bit too strong feudal age, especially. No one could really compete with those. We do have Demu on the top hand side. They do have the villager lead because they were able to kill 16, which is no surprise. They've been trading this whole time, so their gold is going bananas. They have all these upgrades coming out, which means they'll be getting a trader per one of those technologies. Wait, do they get one per one of these? We'll see. Well, would it pop out here? It would pop out here, right? Would pop out here. So they would get a technology for this one. Yes, right? Oh, it goes into, yes, they do. So they do. I was waiting for it to pop out. I'm missing the battle. I was waiting for it to physically pop out of the thing, but I realized it just went into production. So that is my bad, and I'm sorry that we just sat over there patiently waiting as there was a battle going on the back end side. A stone wall, though, to provide a lot of protection for this mangonel. And Demu gonna be forced back yet again from this army. We have just a little bit of pretty much everything, a hodgepodge of click every single button in the book. Recon is doing super well, though, due to this extra town center. This town center is really enabling them to get it to the next level. We have a market back here just in case they pick up too much. We have more stone going down. We have, I wonder if they're going to start to build stone walls in this side as well. We do have an opening, so I wouldn't be surprised if they clear that up with a either wood palisade or stone wall. We have the new and improved lancers. Look at them. Look at this. You love a name change. You love an accurate name change. Again, it's so cool that they care about these small little things, and it makes the overall game just so much better. We have Recon picking up some relics. Is that their first one? No, this is going to be their third one. So super great, getting a lot of gold per minute. Does Demu have any relics or anything of that nature? It does not look like it. The Royal Institute is down. Castle Age, Castle Age, the golden boat in the middle for Demu. And we just have both armies kind of situating. There's the first sacred site being captured by Recon. I don't think this is going to go to a sacred site victory. I think it's going to go to a massive army clash, which is also debatably way more exciting and way what we want to see. So I think we're going to be in a good shape for this. I believe that's just the palisade going down. It is. Poking their heads out, just trying to do a little bit of damage to the wall, then they'll poke their heads right back on that gate. These crossbowmen are here, but they're kind of just adding negligible damage. Whew. It's a hard word. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I did not mean to whistle. I'm sure that was way worse on your end than my end. Hopefully we can, I'll adjust that in the post-game editing so you guys don't lose an eardrum for all those headphone users. You ever do that? Just do your normal thing and then you realize that the situation that you're doing is not needed at all. And that's kind of what that was there for. In real life, totally fine. When recording a commentary, not the best to use very loud, high-pitched sounds. So we do have the Lancers coming in, which the French have a great response to. We have their specialized crossbowmen over here. We have a few hardened spearmen, which is nice, but hopefully get that upgrade soon for Demu. We have 15 knights, but we do have 2 mangonels into this. We have 23 crossbowmen over here for recon, 10 men-at-arms. We have going to be soon to be 17 lancers. Another mangonel on the way. I'm going to give this one in favor of recon at the current moment. Even with all this trade going on, maybe French needs a little bit of helping hand. I didn't even mention the win rate. Oh my goodness, I'll pop that up right now. That is my bad. Actually, no, I'll pop it up at the beginning too. But also, I think it's a 52% win rate currently for the Ottomans or the French. I can't remember. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. But it will be popped up right now. And GG's. So I will pop it up way sooner than that. Wow, that was Demu giving up. I'm so sorry. I was commenting because I thought that would last so much longer, but it looks like that army competition was able to just absolutely rip apart the knights, and once the knights were gone, it was all she wrote for Demu. GG's. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Sorry I didn't put the stats up until the very end, and then I said it during the last fight, so I didn't get the exact color cast that I would want to during that. But I mean, it kind of looked kind of done and dusted once that fort went up. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you made it to the end of the video, let me know, and just say like stats in the comments, or whatever you want to do. Let me know if there's anything I can improve upon, as always, and if you did enjoy, please do like and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.